Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on a video. Welcome back to the channel where last time we were here, we built up an outdoor shopping mall area in the new neighborhood of Bellevue. And in today's episode, we are going to be building a custom transit hub that's going to combine buses, trams, and a metro. There's one spot along our rapid bus network that we never built a tram or a bus hub. So that is what we're going to be doing today, building up a custom hub where we have a bunch of intersecting transit, and we'll also be kind of building up the area around it, maybe tying into last episode with some shopping mall DLC items. So let's hop out and take a look at where we will be building. So here is the city as a whole. Looking at it from this angle, this is where we built up last episode with an interesting little community. It's got a high school, it's got some sports fields, and an outdoor mall area with a transit hub right in the middle. So we're going to be doing something similar, I guess, today, but more focused on the transit aspect, less focus on the mall aspect. But I think we can include some shopping in this area over in Belmont. So yeah, this was just kind of left to be. This is kind of where the rapid bus network sinks again, and we need to develop up this area. It's been left alone for too long, so that's what we're going to be doing. Now, this is along our rapid bus transit corridor, which goes from Brownsville Crossing over here all the way through into this area, which has nothing in it either, into this area where we'll be building today. Then over into this funky transitional zone between the Stadium District and Midtown. And then it comes all the way into our hospital district where it kind of gets dispersed into the wider city. So this area is pretty important because this is, right in the center of two communities of Belmont and Ortonville on this side. So I can definitely see some transit-oriented development pop up, especially because we have a metro station right here. We have our bus station and we have a tram line going through. So we're going to combine all three of these, so the tram, the bus, and the metro, inside of this area. And this will become one custom hub. I was looking at some of the newer hubs that they've released, and none of them really work the way I'm envisioning this. So we're going to kind of keep the same characteristic of the rapid bus network. So that'll be the dominant feature, and everything else will have been built up afterwards. So this road is not going to change its shape because that is the right of way of this road. We'll be adding to it. So I think we're going to take the tram, we're going to bring it into here and then go back out. Then we'll take the metro and just shift it in somehow. I think we're going to need some sort of pedestrian zone through here. So that's kind of the tie-in with this area, Bellevue, where we can get some shopping in as well. So I think that's important. We have a semi-industrial zone over here, so I think we could definitely tie into that. Now, we do actually have a pedestrian zone nearby. If we look at this, we have Ortonville Station in West Ortonville. So I totally think we could probably just drag this pedestrian zone into here, and I don't think it would, overwhelm anything, and we can do that. All right, so with that done, I think the first step is to figure out how things are going to line up. Now, since I don't want to move the bus road, what we're going to need to move then are these pedestrian paths. So we have a tunnel right now that connects underneath here, which, isn't entirely necessary. It does seem like people are using it though, which is pretty cool. But we can have a surface connection. That is fine. But maybe we can tie in a tunnel into kind of the metro line or the metro station as well. That could be cool. It kind of seemed like you could take this tunnel into the metro itself. So I think that's something that we could do. But first, let's clear this area of anything in excess beyond the bus road. All right, very good. So we have that cleared now. Now, what is the next step? Well, I think looking at the trams, which go across the town like this. I think the best and simplest solution is to bring these trams together into this hub is to really just pull it off the bridge, off of this node, bring it into here, kind of create some sort of station in this area, and then swing it back out into here. So really it's just kind of like a detour into the station. Now, if I remember correctly, when we place this bridge here over top of the rapid bus network with this tram, we did say that we were going to change it eventually. So I don't feel too bad about changing it right now. Now, however, how are we going to get the stops in? That's the question. Now, we could just easily just have a stop somewhere, but maybe we have multiple lines or something on that. So that's something we should probably check before we get going, because if there's multiple lines, we're probably going to need multiple stops. If it's just one line through here, I'm very comfortable just having one simple connection. Oh, looks like there's an underground portion of that path that we didn't delete. And it does look like there's only one tram through here. I'm only seeing one, this red line through here. So that is probably like the crosstown train or something like that, or the Midtown Old Orchard GB. What does GB stand for again? My goodness, Greenberg. Oh my goodness, of course. Tramline 1. Okay, so it's numbered. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna expand this node, bring the tram off of here, connect it up right pretty much in front of this rapid bus network. And I don't really mind if they cross paths. Now, we could, however, get the tram to go over top of the rapid bus network. We're already sinking down, so we could sink it down a little quicker as well. I am okay with that, and honestly, I think that might be the coolest solution. So we could have the tram stop probably on this side of the rapid bus network, have a bridge over top, stop in here, and then we can continue it on over onto this side. So by creating, what we're doing with this hub is we need to create kind of like a centralized zone where all three of these are intersecting. Doesn't mean they need to be on top of each other, basically. But as long as you can transfer from one node of transit to the other, that is okay with me. So let's go into our tram routes here. And then from this node, let's just bring it out, say 6 units, or 5 units, that's fine. We can go into node controller here, just square the node, and oh, it didn't clean it up perfectly. There we go, but now it has done that. All right, so now we can approach this however we really want. I think I'm going to find a good bridge zone here, which is probably right here. So we're gonna bridge right over top of the rapid bus network. I think let's turn off our guidelines really quickly. That'll be helpful to get a nice angle here. I think that's probably a good angle. All right, and then I think we're gonna do two things. We're gonna raise this up a little bit, and then we'll sink down the rapid bus network a little bit as well. So overall, it's not going to be a massive change on one of these elements. All right, is that good enough clearance? I guess we'll have to wait and see for a bus. But oh, it looks like we missed one of these bus shelters. I mean, that looks pretty cool, to be honest. I think that's pretty funny. But we can set that to the same height. So move it, select it, select the item, and Control H to the item you want it to go to the same height of. There you go. All right, so now let's connect up this. So let's use our picker mod. We'll select this, and then with the perfect curve tool, we can connect that up just like that. That's pretty good. Looks like there's a bit of a glitch here, so I'll just move it back ever so slightly. There we go. That's pretty smooth. I don't mind that. All right, so now we need to bring in this next part of the tram. Now, as we're kind of doing this, I actually think it would be beneficial if we swung this out in this direction a bit more. Because looking at how these roads work, we could have some sort of, park and ride kind of situation over here. That could be cool. Or just honestly, just a road connection into this area is always good. All right, so we have our connection into this node here, which, whoa, looks a little funky. So let's make sure this is clean. What the heck happened here? My goodness. I don't know. I have no idea what happened here. Okay, well, can we square this one? What the? My goodness. Sometimes roads just disappear. They turn to grass. Nature has reclaimed Strawberry Boulevard here. So I think the best way we can... Well, we can't even delete it. Nature has fully reclaimed it. Interesting. Interesting. Can we delete anything? We can't delete a single thing in this game now. All right, so I had to reset the game for that and redo the whole thing. So, looking good. What I've done is I've created this level platform right here that we can get the trams to stop on. And since this is slightly elevated, we can get like a cool path system down underneath the bridge into the rapid bus network for trams on this side. And then same thing on this side of the bridge so that people can access either side of the rapid bus network. So that's really cool. I like how this is working, but now we've made this obsolete, so we can change this up to a 6-lane road, I would imagine. Why not? We're already upgrading it, so might as well upgrade it to a pretty significant lane margin here. So that's cool with me. Let's choose the one with concrete because it's basically a bridge anyways. Oh, there we go. 6 lane, all the way through. Hopefully we didn't glitch the game out again. And we did. Awesome, okay. So that is very good to see. Now, it does seem like we have a bus line running through here. Or is that the tram line? Let's make a quick little peek. It is buses, so this is something that we should totally try and integrate into this area. So you see how we have these buses kind of swinging out to Belmont here? Well, why don't we get them to swing down the BRT here, and they can just use this stop really quickly, because why not? It's sharing it anyways. And then we could probably even extend a few of these out into here. So we have a couple options. I guess we could create like a bus station inside of here, which could be cool. We could put it on this side, for example, or right in this little pocket, which would be cool. So yeah, lots of moving parts. Let's give it a quick little think. You know what? I don't mind the buses on the periphery of this system. I think it is close enough to everything. And once we get pedestrian paths in through here, I think it's going to work out fine. All right, so I guess we should probably move the tram line onto our new path, though. So let's just drag this stop to right here. All right, very cool. Now let's move our metro into here. So we need to get the metro closer to everything. Now, I do remember when we did this, there was a lot of discussion on where this metro would go. And I believe a lot of the discussion was around the angle of approach here, right? Because it swings all the way out over to here. Now, I don't remember all of the discourse that we had on the matter, but I believe that if we just pull it down into the station, it should be fine. It's not that much of a deviation. Plus, it's really an important connection. So it is a little interesting, though, on how we're going to be able to connect this up. So like I said, I think we're going to kind of suggest that the tunnels of the pedestrian paths that we're going to add in are going to be access points into the metro station itself. So this doesn't necessarily need to be in the most ideal of locations. All right, so there we go. We hooked it up. Had some difficulty with the lines itself, but I also opted for the parallel station because it does have a line connection that is closer to the original uh, underground system. So I think it's okay. Also, this one looks a little bit more realistic for this type of situation. I think we could include some things around it that would make it look a little nicer as well. So now we have the buses, the trams, and the metro all converging within two nodes of each other. Plus, we have all of the commuter buses kind of touching along the outside here. So that is something that is great. We have tons of options flowing through this area. Now, of course, there are some things still left to do, but let's get those tunnels in first because I think they're pretty cool and we'll connect up all the path systems to flow seamlessly from all of these nodes of transit. So let's start with that. And I'm going to use just the basic path road here because it has a great tunnel option. Okay, so how are we going to really approach this? First of all, let's get out of this view. There we go. All right, so you get off the tram at this stop. You're going to need to get down to either one of these sides of this area. So we're going to need to kind of create like a loop down from both sides of this bridge. Just because technically people can cross here, though I don't want them to really cross at this node. But I think I'll activate it just because it's going to help with game mechanics and whatnot. But let's turn off node snapping. There we go. That's going to be really helpful. And then all of that. All right. So right from here. All right. So we have access from this tram right here. If this tram were to stop right now, people getting off, how do they get down to the bus network? Well, if you're getting to this line right here going into the downtown, just hop off, walk down here. But if you're going to north towards, or sorry, oh my goodness, what's the dimension? East towards Brownsville Crossing, you're gonna need to walk across the bridge here, and then go down this loop, or you can cross at the station itself. So let's do the same thing kind of for this side here. All right, so some of these loops are bigger than the others, aren't they? It's a little tricky to get this like perfectly symmetrical, but I'll try to make it look at least somewhat symmetrical. It's just the shape and angles of approach are a little interesting. I think that's a good word. They're strange shaped, aren't they? Strangely shaped. I think maybe something like that actually could be cool. People walking down here might want to use that. And actually, that's a good point. We should probably incorporate a path right to this corner. That would make sense to do. And then probably all the way along it as well on both sides. It also helps kind of make this tram area look a little bit more pedestrian friendly, doesn't it? On this side, I'm going to wait because I'm not too sure what we're going to be doing on this side yet. But we should probably smooth out the terrain here, shouldn't we? All right, so we said we're going to get tunnel connections, didn't we? That was the whole purpose of using this. So this side is easy to access the metro because that's where it is, but on this side it's not so easy. So what I'm thinking is we get a tunnel point of access into the metro, probably from here. That would make sense, though if you're walking from this side and you want to not use the tunnel, then you'd have to go all the way over through here, swing back past the bus over to the metro. So it's not that convenient. So why don't we make a really convenient tunnel access right from here. All right, so now we have a convenient access point from the metro itself over to here. Now, I am assuming that there's going to be a tunnel connection from this tunnel as well into the metro itself. So we could draw that in, though this is just for cosmetic purposes. Um, oh, probably shouldn't have done that. All right, so while I was drawing that cosmetic tunnel, I realized it'd be really cool if we got an actual tunnel out this way as well. So let's bring this tunnel kind of alongside the road here. So this right here, this little spur line, I guess, is just for show. Is just to kind of indicate that, oh yeah, well, you can actually connect to the metro itself. So we're gonna bring that right from here and in, just like that. Just gonna go down one more, just like that, and then we'll say that there's another point of connection right here as well. Oh no. All right, very cool. Now, of course, we're gonna leave the fact that this is also very pedestrian friendly on the surface as well. So let's make sure that we have a pedestrian connection from the same area, but on the ground level. What the? My goodness, something is going on with my game today, and I'm not a fan. All right, so now we have these connections in through here. Let's just update those perimeter bus lines because that will be convenient for the people actually getting here into this area. So bus lines, let's see. So we have a Belmont connection into here, which kind of lines up with this blue line, which I get why it's stopping right there, but it really should also be stopping over here. Oh, it can't go down this road. Can it? Okay, it can. So let's get it to stop over here as well. Because then it can connect up with the Ortonway system a little bit. And that is okay. It should almost be going the other way, to be honest. All right, so we have let's see where this line goes. This line goes all the way over here, connects underneath this bridge for some reason. This stop is kind of unnecessary, but I suppose we can leave it just because it's not hurting anyone. But then up here, I almost want a bus stop right up in this area, just so that we have like connections all the way around Belmont Station here. But this green line, it goes down the bus, the BRT. Okay, that is cool. That's really cool. Okay, I'm glad that we have that, and I think we're probably good then. Looking at this blue line as well. All right. So I suppose now we can move on to kind of the next stage in this development, and that is actually adding buildings into here. And one thing I do see that I missed is I missed a pedestrian connection from this bus stop into here. So we should probably get that in place. All right, and then probably a direct connection from the surface down into here as well. That would be convenient. Down into this metro. So now we need to build up this area because it looks really simple and plain, and to be honest, it looks a little messy. So once we get these buildings in, get some parks and get some detailing in, it's going to look a lot better, because right now what we've done is we've just combined 3 nodes of transit into one main kind of system, but they aren't fully integrated. So hopefully this development will help to integrate that all together. So we have these two roads right through here. We don't have a road connection off of Hamilton Boulevard here, which that could be convenient if we had some sort of sneaky connection right here. Maybe it can even continue up as well. Yeah, you know what? I think we should do that because that'll really increase the ability for people to get around this area. So why don't we go with a 4-unit road just for now? And let's make sure we have node connections on because that would get a little messy. So let's connect up from there, just like that. Perfect. And then this one doesn't need to be a 4-lane road. This one can just be a 2-lane road. No parking. Just like that, that works. And then we can probably, this bike connection is just to connect up cycling networks, though it's not entirely necessary to have the cycle on the street anymore because we moved the metro. So let's downgrade this and free up this block here for expansion. All right, very cool. And then now let's bring this road in to here like that. And then I think this is probably going to be where we're going to get some pedestrian roads in here because that'll be convenient for everyone. So let's get this tree lined one, and this one's going to connect up. Or should it connect up with this? Ooh, good question. Do we have a pedestrian access underneath this highway? I doubt it. The only way to cross this tram, which really shouldn't have pedestrians crossing it, right now is kind of underneath here. So why don't we get a secondary connection, maybe even underneath it? That could be cool. So let's go low a little bit. We'll just go down to about here. Probably shouldn't be trees then if we're going to do this way. And then we need to upgrade this portion of the tram road to elevated. All right. Oh, this is getting a little funky. So these roads cannot be connected. Interesting. Do we even need to have these connected? So that is the question. Does this actually physically need to be connected? Now I'm using the pedestrian street here, so we don't necessarily have to use the street. We could use a path for this instance, but I thought the street would have a better kind of look about it. Now I do want to get a connection into here, into this node. So I guess we should probably downgrade this to a 4-lane road because I'm assuming that what's happening is it's the fact that this is a 6-lane road, which is messing with things. So let's pause it. Let's actually make this a bus road. Why not? We have that option available to us. Let's make sure we're using a City Skylines one and not a workshop one. Bus 4-lane road. Hopefully that's a thing. Okay, so maybe it's just because it was elevated. So in order to kind of fix this, we're going to need to do a bit of node finagling. So this one, for example, needs to become a custom node. And yeah, there we go. That's good. Then this one has a crossing now. All right, so one of the main reasons why I wanted pedestrian access on this side is because I kind of want to make this side of the street a park. And I figured that it'd be really cool if we could get this to be like some nice pedestrian road here leading up to the park. So if we get this one out to about there, that's pretty cool. We can then split it off into 2 different directions, but also right from this node here, we can bring it out to about there. That makes sense to do. And we can have another type of shopping kind of area. So let's see if we can move some of these paths around a little bit. Work on the height as well, so we don't have too crazy of slopes and whatnot. Okay, funky stuff happening indeed. Let's see if smoothing the terrain works at all. I know that we're dealing with some pretty challenging terrain systems right now, but that's okay because challenging terrain exists in real life. So it's just about kind of using it to our advantage here, and when it comes to detailing, be able to lean into that a little bit more. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we can get another pedestrian road right here as well. Coming right down to here. That could be cool. And then also this can lead itself to an access point onto the BRT for people. That would be neat. Just a little bit lower, it seems. And people can walk across the street to the metro. Or take some sort of tunnel. But oh my goodness, we're going to have a ton of tunnels, aren't we? All right, so I think the best way to connect up these two paths is probably, or pedestrian streets is probably with another path here. So let's try and follow the outskirts of the roads here so that it looks like it's just an extended path, really. But yeah, connection into this metro, we should probably do something along those lines. But I guess there is a street crossing right here and over here as well. So that's okay. All right, so let's turn off zoning from this street. All right, so we need to make a little district here. And we're going to change things up a little bit. So this is technically Belmont, but I want a special district in this zone. So normally we kind of mark stations in this series with park zones, but I'm going to be using a district zone to mark this station out this time. So this is just going to be very simply called Belmont Station. Okay, and then we're going to have these shopping malls on here. And then other district types, we're going to add in self-sufficient buildings. So we can get some nice cool condos. So let's get some commercial zoning through here because we need these shopping mall kind of assets. All right, now I do think that it would be cool to get a condo kind of right along here. Let's get a big one, and then let's get some sort of smaller one right there. I don't think we're gonna be, let's shrink this down a little bit. Something like that. I don't think we're gonna get much more. Now I understand that that might not be the most desirable of places to live, but I think it still could be cool to get. I thought we had the pedestrian zone in here. Oh, you know what? We did originally, but then I had to restart my game because of that glitch. So there we go. Now we have the pedestrian zone in here. It's actually going to continue all the way down through this zone as well because this is going to be a bit of a park. All right, so very cool. We're going to need a sneaky path from here all the way down across and over like this. Okay, and then we're probably going to need another one right behind the condo up to here. Yeah, very cool. I think once we get the trees and stuff in here, it'll look a little nicer. But as of right now, it looks a little spaghetti-like, you know. But I hope that it's gonna all work out in the end. I know that's not a desirable location to live, so let's try and up the value here by adding in some sort of city park asset. Now, do we have an actual city park nearby that we could draw from? I don't think so. So while this is a pedestrian zone, I think I guess we'll have to leave it as that. Yes, I think we will. All right, so I guess we don't really need, say, like a gate and whatnot. We can just make this a park onto whatever we want, or as we wish, really. So let's bring this down then a little bit more. All right, so we got this path in here finally. And the reason why I just wanted this path is just for sake of continuation. It doesn't really need to serve too much of a purpose, but we can also zone on it. So that's really, really cool. But we said we wanted it to be kind of like a park, right? So I wonder if we can kind of just literally throw one of these park assets in here. Will it fit? I don't know. Let's see if we can get it to kind of work perfectly, because it kind of looks like it could. I don't love how that looks there, so I think we might need to scratch this plan. And we can just design our own little park, but I wouldn't mind a park asset in here to kind of help the value out. So, oh, you know what? One of these like Japanese gardens could look really nice out over this side. This is the kind of thing that I could definitely see out over here. A dog park could work too, but I think the tropical garden and the Japanese garden kind of together would work really well here. Be a nice little walk and a reason to come out this way. That would definitely be something that I would imagine would draw some attention, right? Let's see if we can kind of get this on a bit more of an angle here. Pull it back a little bit because it looks like the paths are kind of allowing us to do that, to do it that way. So this Japanese garden maybe would look better kind of in this corner here. Okay, very cool. And then why don't we get a few little commercial buildings? Now, I believe the district is over here, the new district, Belmont Station. No, it's not. Oh, okay, let's get Belmont Station out over into this side. Very cool, because now we can get like a shopping mall or something like that from here. Or, oh, you know what? No, this can't go there because I really wanted a condo there. That was the whole purpose of making sure that was a perfect right angle. Let's see if we can get this to fit right in here. It's not going to fit. Okay, so back to original plan. Holy moly! Sometimes your best idea is your first idea. Okay, nice big condo there. And I don't think this is the best spot for a condo. It's a little tricky, but I wouldn't mind like a cute little store here. That could work. We'll see what kind of pops up in these blocks right in that little corner. Then the rest of it I don't really think should be commercial or anything at all. No, just in this little pocket here could be interesting. Yeah, definitely not a condo. Okay, so let's maybe see if there's any other park assets. And you know what? Maybe, honestly, I think just like one of the park restrooms could be cool. Why don't we go with the zoo ones? Because the zoo ones look a little bit more modern. So the zoo restrooms. See if we can kind of plot this right in here and make like a neat little area for this. Get it down to this height. Then we'll move some of these trees out of the way. And we could just delete them, but that's okay. Well, that's cool. It's kind of built into the hill. It seems. Oh, never mind. That's funny. Okay, let's place this right about. Yeah, right about there. Fine. And then we could. That was the zoo cafe, not the zoo restrooms. My goodness. Sometimes I feel like I lose my head if it wasn't attached. That's the saying, right? Okay, so let's plop that down right there, get to this height, and then we'll wait for it to adjust, and then we should probably get the zoo cafe or something then. Maybe not. I guess we don't need it You know what? I'm actually pretty pleased that these are 3 different buildings and not one large one. I think that works out really well. But we need water out this way. So look at that. I forgot water. Honestly, I figured that water was covered all over. So um, I guess it wasn't. All right. So what do we need to do in here? I just want to go in that area to look at the trees. But do these buildings look okay? Yeah, I think so. I think maybe there could be like some cool studios or something like that. And you know what? They might level up too as time goes on. And what's going on through here? Good shopping mall buildings. Very cool. Pleased with these. I'm curious to see what they look like when they start leveling up. All right, so right in between all these buildings, it should really be concrete, combining these. So let's see if we can make this look good, because we are using that path, and that path doesn't bode well to the surface painter mod. All right, so happy solution. We're just going to change that one path over to the city park one, because then we can actually get a nice clean concrete angle on that. And right through here too. I don't know if we can really change much more, but I guess we can try. Let's use the one with trees though, if we're going to do this long one. Yeah, that's fine. Just don't mind a few of them being like this. Not all of them, especially not with trees. I think this one might need to swing out a little bit more. I think this is also going to make it look a little bit more planned out this way. So perhaps we can switch this one behind here as well. I think a good little mix of these goes a long way though. So I'm happy about that. Okay, so yeah, this is looking pretty good. It definitely needs to be detailed up though, obviously. And we've kind of created like a little shopping mall slash park area. Although these commercial buildings aren't exactly shopping mall-esque, but I guess they could be restaurants and some version of department stores, I guess. Studios, I think, is a really good term, but they almost look like modern mid-rise residentials, like kind of condo kind of vibes as well. So that is curious to me, on top of everything. Okay, so I think we're just going to lean into some detailing now, and actually, hold that thought. I'm just thinking, looking at my recording time, I think we should probably look to fill in this area as well, because I can't really see us coming back just for this area. So we might as well lean into that right now. So we have some commercial along here, so I think we can probably replicate that on the other side. So let's just go with some commercial right here, and we can be that size, and then we can get one more here, and then one building like that. Actually, I didn't see that zoning there, so we can clear that out and then readjust the zone. We can just get 2 large studios, I guess is what we're calling them. And then right through here, I think this would be a really cool opportunity to get some condos right through here. Just because we're fairly close to some metro, I think that would be a neat little area. But it's also on a bit of a hill, so, right through here, I think it's just going to be park and forest. But over on this side, I think we should get like a parking lot. I think that would work well. And you know what parking lot we haven't used in a little while? These ones. So let's lean into that. We'll just kind of bring it out 4 units with this road, and then just a large parking lot like that. Maybe this could be like a park and ride, or maybe it's the remnants of like some old industry or something out this way. Or it's just for this condo. All right, so just finishing this up, I realized we should probably lean into the fact that I just said that maybe this is the remnants of an old industry kind of zone. So, looking at some industry zone types, let's use forestry industry for Belmont Station, just because I like the warehouse kind of vibes from this, and we'll see what pops up in there. But let's kind of now that we've got everything done, let's probably start the detailing because it looks like all of this area is done now. That was kind of the goal of today's episode. Both of these episodes in Fort Prairie have kind of been touching on things that we've left open. So, Bellevue, for example, we had that tram stop and metro stop ready to go. So let's do it. And then Belmont Station, that had been in the works for a little while. So, we can kind of guess what I'm going to be doing next over here. Seeing as University Square, we've kind of started on. Same with Old Park, Old Orchard. We're going to be kind of hanging out over here, finishing some stuff up. But right before we hop into the detailing, if you're watching this the day of or the weekend of, because this was a Friday video, the following Monday is a holiday in Canada. It is Victoria Day. So I will not be posting a video on Monday, or at least a City Skylines video, but I will be doing a video on Friday. But since it's kind of eating into the week a little bit, what's going to happen is that video on Friday will be an Oracle Valley episode, and then the following week will also be Oracle Valley. So we're going to do 3 Oracle Valleys in a row, and then we'll get back to Fort Prairie. So that's going to be kind of the schedule, I guess, coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna try to interject maybe a GeoGuessr video or something like that coming up, because it's been a little while since we've done one. But no strong time frame for that. Those are just kind of on a whim. If you like GeoGuessr, I do try and post GeoGuessr videos in the Discord, or not GeoGuessr videos, GeoGuessr challenges in the Discord channel that I have with the other members of the Skyline 6. If you don't know what Discord is, it's basically like a free community channel where all the Skyline 6 members hang out. And it's kind of like our joint Discord, our joint community tab. So yeah, we have quizzes and stuff and challenges. And you can also stay in touch with some Skyline 6 news, which I will share for you on this channel at a later time. But if you want to stay up to date on Skyline 6, the Discord is the place to be. We often do streams as well on the Discord, just like really casual streams. So if you're into that, you should totally check it out. The link is in the description down below. But as I started detailing here, let's hop into a detailing time lapse. All right, so there we have it. Something that started a little messy now looks a little more clean and kind of all brought together with the area writ large, right? I think it flows really nicely. It's kind of its own distinct thing, yet it's still kind of integrated in the story of both regions, Belmont and Ortonville. We did a good job at combining all three systems. And you know what? As I was scrolling through some things, I found this from the Africa DLC, our Africa Content Creator Pack. And you know what? This looks just like a metro tunnel connection, our metro connection from this street in to our metro system writ large. So I think it ties everything together really, really, really nicely, especially coming from, Belmont itself. You hop into here, you walk to the metro station. There you go. It's a really fancy, cool, funky looking metro station. And I think it actually really does look like a metro station. So I encourage you to use it in your cities, especially if like you have like an artsy area or something like that. That could be cool. And anything else that we did? No, it just filled everything in with some trees and whatnot. I think it looks great through here. I really, really enjoy this little area here. That's really cool. Added in some food trucks, some taco trucks, and yeah, I think this area looks really nice, particularly with this little pocket of industry right off in the corner too. It really, really fills in the area. So without further ado, folks, I hope you had a wonderful day. Let's talk soon. Find a good little screenshot here. Peace out.